You are getting frustrated. Hi, it's Hadir, and today's video will be about the third speech I given as part of level 2 of Toastmasters. It was about mentoring. So I'll put this on now, and then afterwards I'll be sharing some of the feedback I got from the members of Toastmasters and some personal feedback. Thank you, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and your guests. Ever thought being an adult is tough? I certainly have. Although when we were small kids, we always wanted to be adults, be free, have our own homes with our own rules. Being without a parent, without a wise person who's gone through all the things we are going through is as hard as ever. That said, lived and felt, there are many ways that we can make our lives, adulthood life, a little easier. Having a mentor is one of those ways. When I finished college and got my first job in the aviation, I quickly realized that my sister and parents who were working in the agriculture industry, I realized that their advice was no more relevant for me in the aviation. I mean, do your best, don't engage with conflict with other people, and most importantly, don't fall in love with someone from the same department. We're okay. But what about the savviness in the aviation career? I have always been the kind of girl who enjoyed working and never minded getting my hands dirty. In the aviation, you don't see that every day. You don't see women like that every day. In the engine shop of Iraqi Airways, I met a guy who had 10 years experience more than I did, where he worked in a foreign country and he could prove his value and lead teams and manage projects. And I saw that we had a lot in common. We didn't only put our head down and worked, but we enjoyed ourselves. We were happy learning and spending time in the engine shop. He also had this skill of being so patient, a skill that I as a youngster lacked back then. In other words, he really matched my energy levels, but at a very, very mature way. I don't remember the first chat we had, but I remember how great we got along and how he enthusiastically shared his expertise and knowledge and tactics to get me advanced in my career in the engine shop of Iraqi Airways. Fast forward, when I moved to Ireland at the age of 27, I didn't have any parents, any siblings, any college alumni, any colleagues in the industry I wanted to work in. It was only my husband and I. And when I got my internship, then my first job, I soon realized that I needed to know people. So I'd go on LinkedIn and look up the people who had the same background that I had, and they are embarking on the same thing that I want to embark on. And look for mutual friends to get me introduced to those people. It was very difficult for me, given my introverted nature and the language barrier back then. But I had to do it, and I was surprised of how much people were willing to share if I was honest and precise about what I wanted to learn about. At that stage, I didn't know what a mentor is. I didn't even know such concept existed. But I knew that I needed to be honest and, as I said, precise about the things that I wanted to learn about. And I learned that I need to take initiative and show every mentor I got that and experiment myself and then show them what I got. So just they don't feel their time or energy were wasted on me. And of course, like I had to provide an upfront value for them to see that I'm serious in learning and advancing. Now I know what a mentor is. I come to realize that we could get a mentor in each and every aspect of our lives. We only need to decide to get better. We don't need to reinvent the wheel every time we want to do something, especially if we know there are many people who have done the same thing. We only need to decide to get better. Whether it's the thing we want to get better at is our career, how we carry ourselves, or how to converse with other people and build lasting relationships. We only need to identify a person who is good at what we are looking for and learn from them, talk to them. I believe that we can benefit from each other. The bottom line here is life in general is difficult. However, with the proper mindset, we can make it a little bit under control. We only need to decide to take the move towards that goal of ours. Thank you.
So the feedback I got from the members of Shannon Toastmasters was focusing on how clear and confident my voice was. My personal feedback is I loved how my body language was relaxed and how I didn't stick to the script. I actually learned before I given that speech, I had learned how that we shouldn't memorize the speech, because if we do, we would get nervous and get busy trying to remember what to say next. Whereas if we only memorize the points and we just go with the flow, that would be much more relaxed. So I practiced that and I took liberty, and as I said, I didn't stick to the script and it turned out amazing. I loved it. While I was giving the speech, I felt I was present. I even noticed myself fixing and adjusting the cable of the headset, and I could stop myself from doing that. So that was big improvement for me, because I usually I get into the, I don't know, it's just I forget what I'm doing. I just get so robotic and finish the speech. While this time, no, I was very present and I enjoyed it. And another thing is I wanted to be slower when I finish the speech. At the last part, when I say thank you and go back to my seat, I remembered to control that again in this speech. So yeah, I was a bit slower than I usually be. So happy about that too. Thanks for watching. Bye.